Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. Welcome to Transfer Hub, your home of Aston Villa's transfer news, links, rumours, noise, murmurings, incomings, outgoings. The return of João Felix rumour is back this window. So, Villa fans, what we're going to do this morning, we're going to chat about how I'm feeling about the game later on. We're going to run through all of the latest Aston Villa transfer news, what's sort of happening, sort of setting us up for the day, what's going on. So the game tonight, Celtic, it's absolutely massive. It's huge. I've done my episodes with Paul, Celtic fan from Celtic Fans TV. You can go and check that out, really get you in the mood for it, gives you a feel of what's going on from the Celtic side of things. We've done our match preview. We've predicted what's going to happen tonight with all of the games. So there's content there for you to watch to get you proper in the mood for it. But today, how am I feeling? I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling a bit nervy. Just feel a bit nervy so far. I mean, we're going into Birmingham today to have a few beers and just chill out. So that's going to be nice. And then probably go to the fan zone just before the game as well. So that's what I'm doing today. But yeah, feeling a bit nervy, to be fair, because there's quite a lot riding on this. It's quite big for Villa to get into the top 8. It would be an unbelievable achievement. It would be remarkable. It's something that I didn't think would be possible for Villa to be in the Champions League and to finish this high. So I really want to see Aston Villa step up tonight. This is the biggest thing that I want to see. I want to see the performance. I want to see the application. I want to see the desire, the belief, the mentality, the passion is everything that I want to see seeping through this Aston Villa team, because Celtic are coming to Villa Park a little bit wounded because their striker has been sold. They've replaced him with Jota, who they had before, who can't play. Maeda, probably their best player, suspended. Carter Vickers, injured, their best centre-back. So I want to see Villa really take it to Celtic tonight. The atmosphere is going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be loud. It's going to be passionate. So it's a huge occasion that we simply have to step up and deliver. Nothing more, nothing less. So that's how I'm feeling about the game. Right, transfer news. Villa fans, if you are new around here, make sure you are subscribing. Hit the like button and comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. We did a little bit of a Durán Felix conversation episode yesterday, and it was great hearing all of your thoughts on what you think, expect, how you feel about Durán, etc. Watkins, how you feeling about Duran's possible move away from Aston Villa. So it was really good, and it's the beauty of this channel, a fan channel, that your thoughts matter just as much as everybody else's and just as important as the next fan. Do you know what I mean? So it's great to hear all of your thoughts. So Fabrizio has spoken this morning, and this is what he said. Aston Villa have been in touch with Chelsea yesterday and will be again today for both João Felix and Axel Disasi. Disasi only wants Villa. Felix deal depends on what Chelsea decide to do. Now, this is very interesting because it's interesting that Fabrizio is saying it depends on what Chelsea decide to do, not about what João Felix decides to do, and not about whether what Villa decide to do. So it's interesting that this deal all depends on what Chelsea are thinking of doing. So Disasi looks like he really wants Villa, which is amazing. It's what we want every player to be in that situation. We want every player that wants to come to Aston Villa. Now, the problem is we can only loan one of them. So one of them has to be a signing, and it looks like João Felix is the signing. Now, he's not mentioned Jhon Durán in this situation. He's not mentioned that Villa have got to offload a player to get João Felix. And it's probably going to be announced today that Emi Buendia is leaving to go to Leverkusen with a option for them to buy him. Now, do Villa have the funds to pay for João Felix? Reading into what this is saying, I imagine it would say yes, but we know that this window we've been in a out to in, and that's how we're operating. So it's interesting that there's no mention of Jhon Durán here, but there is loud noise of Jhon Durán now going to Saudi, which is it's a bit of a surprise that that's the destination that someone like Jhon Durán would be happy going to. But there is a lot of noise. There's a lot of Saudi links coming out saying that personal terms have already been agreed as well. So it's about how we sort of map it in our own minds. I think how we map the situation and what's happening. So Ben Jacobs has also said, and this was coming from last night, incredible situation at Al Nassr. So Al Nassr is the club that Durán potentially is going to. So incredible situation at Al Nassr, 60 million package agreed with Leverkusen for Victor Boniface. And player has terms in place as well. Boniface now planning on for Saudi. But deal makers also pushing for Jhon Durán, who has agreed terms. And the club in talks over a fee. Feeling remains if Durán does leave Villa, it will be for Saudi. And then we've also got loads of these Saudi links coming out. So a source for Al Riyadh Hial, probably butchered it, Durán informed Aston Villa of his desire to join Al Nassr. So that is the majority of the news. Let me just check, see if we've got anything else. See, this always happens where you can be mid-episode and something will highlight up. So again, we've had another one come through saying that Jhon Durán has informed Aston Villa of his desire to join Al Nassr. So it's interesting how this one is going to play out. I still stick with that. If someone bids the valuation, I think Durán is going to go. To see him go to Saudi would be... oh... Does that just tell you everything? I don't know. I don't know, but it's just such a weird one that, you know, we've got, you know, so many different opinions on this, and a lot are the lines of that Aston Villa should build their front line around Jhon Durán and have him as our main striker for 4 to 5 years. But then Jhon Durán is happy to go to Saudi. So it's really interesting of how it's going to play out and what's going to happen. But yeah, there's just, again, so much Jhon Durán noise. The João Felix noise feels to me a bit different. It feels as if he's happy coming to Villa. And I think the big thing about Felix is that, you know, it gets spoken about that we've been in for him numerous times, but I don't think we bid last time. So when we're talking about he chose Chelsea over Villa, Villa didn't actually bid last summer because we couldn't afford it. We couldn't get it done with PSR. So as much as we really wanted him, I don't think we was in a position to actually put money on and put a bid out there to actually get him. So all of this noise at the minute suggests that we are ready to go all in, and Unai absolutely loves him. And I just think that the big point about this is that if you've got a manager that really wants a player, that is obsessed with this player, for me, that shows how much the manager really likes the player and how much he wants to work with him and what he can get out of him. So I stick by this. I think João Felix would absolutely transform Aston Villa. And this narrative of him never having a good spell wherever he's been, when he plays for Chelsea, he plays well for Chelsea. He's a real bright spark. He plays really well. Every time he goes on the pitch for Chelsea, his touch, his movement, his striking. So the whole he's no good at Chelsea, I don't buy that. And I think the other thing that I'll say about footballers as well is that when you are in and out of a team, it's not easy to just turn it on straight away. It's not easy to just be out the team for 3 or 4 games, to come in the team and just play amazing, knowing that you might be out the team again and you're only in because and that's what it's like at Chelsea. There's no sort of sense of consistency. So João Felix could play a game, and then the next game you've got Madueke in. The next game he might be out. You've got Pedro Neto in. So there's all this rotation at Chelsea, which it's never going to be good for consistency. The same with Disasi. It's the same with all of those players, apart from Jackson, Palmer, Caicedo, Enzo, Cucurella. Every other position at Chelsea, you don't know who they're going to pick. And I think it's the same. Like Ramsey was speaking ahead of the game yesterday, and he was talking about how he's come back from injury and he's felt like he needs 3 or 4 games to get right back in the swing of things and get in the groove and get in his place of where he's comfortable playing. And, you know, that's important, that while he's doing that, you have patience for him to do that. And that's a player that's played for Villa for absolutely years, and he knows what everyone wants of him, but he can't just come in and just go, boom, Jacob Ramsey's back. He's got to build it, and I think this is the same with someone like João Felix, that he's got to get consistency to get the best out of him. He's got to feel loved. He's got to play games, and yeah, it's just not as easy as just rocking up somewhere and in and out, etc. So I think that's the situation. And to be fair, Ramsey did have a mare yesterday. He's had a mare because Emery, in his presser, mentioned that Mings could be ready for Celtic and that, you know, he's going to be assessed. And then Ramsey comes out for his presser and goes, yeah, it's great that Mings is out for a couple of weeks. So I think Emery was trying to keep it close to his chest, but Ramsey came out and said he's out for a couple of weeks. So, yeah, the big news is that Mings is in a massive injury. If it's a couple of weeks, then absolutely perfect, because, you know, it shows that he's not really injured that much. So, right. So we've got the game tonight. Really looking forward to it. Fan cams will be available for anyone that wants to get involved. Hopefully it's a happy fan cam. If any news drops today, I won't be able to react to it because I'm going to be out all day. So I just thought I'd give you a bit of a heads up on what's happening this morning. Fabrizio, he's spoken. So, you know, I think you can't get much clearer than what's going on at Villa than what Fabrizio says, unless Ornstein drops a little one. But yeah, cheers, everyone. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you after we beat Celtic up the Villa.